Welcome to the Late Night Show. And now your host, Cudi Bino.
All right. Welcome to another episode of the Late Night Show. And your host, Cudi Bino here. And we're actually doing two shows in 1 week. All right, I told you guys I'd be more consistent with this, so hopefully this is the start of a new trend. Anyways, we got five stories to get through. So before we do that, let's just go ahead and see if there's anybody in the chat. And if not, we'll proceed to the stories. All right, YouTube chat is empty and Twitch chat is empty. All right, it looks like I lost both my fans. Well, fans is a strong word. I lost both my viewers. I'm Cool25 and Steve. So hopefully they join us at some point. But if not, that's okay. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Story number 1. A new Kanye documentary is about to drop. In whose name? All right, so I don't know if people are familiar with the Kanye documentary that dropped on Netflix a couple years ago. I believe it was called Something Genius. But I actually really loved that documentary, especially part 1 that depicted Kanye's life while he was recording College Dropout. But it looks like there's a new Kanye documentary about to drop that depicts his life for the past 6 years, his mental health struggles, his struggles with fame and family. So yeah, let's go ahead and check out the trailer real quick and just take a sneak peek.
I'm off my meds for 5 months now.
Your personality was not like this a few years ago.
It's a calling by the universe.
Never tell me I'm gonna wake up one day and have nothing.
We can talk about that later, but...
It ain't no but.
When I went to the hospital, and one of the ideas was to do a church.
Yeah, I just been embarrassed or ashamed to cry, man.
When we're at the prisons professing how Jesus can set you free, it's true. Thank you, Jesus. I decided to run. I almost killed my daughter. I'd rather be dead than to be on medication.
Either they destroy me or I...
All right, I'm not going to lie. As a huge Kanye fan, I know the man has gone crazy the past few years. But I am excited for this. And I am excited to see if they cover how crazy he went, or how crazy he is, basically. He's like basically a self-admitted Nazi at this point. But yeah, I like how we're seeing like his Jesus is King era, his Yeezus era, his running for president era. Like I wonder if it's gonna do a good job, because I think Kanye's the one that's putting this document out himself. So if he is putting out the documentary, then it's probably going to be a little biased. But I don't know. The Genius documentary wasn't that biased. So
destroy it.
It's this bad dream.
They're killing our ability to think outside of the box.
And I'm almost like a masochist.
I write whatever I want, when I want. It's words.
You know the best thing about being an artist?
all right, it's called In Whose Name, From Kanye to Ye, a film by Nico. I'm not even gonna attempt to pronounce that.
And bipolar, anything you do and say is an art piece.
Oh wait, this is coming to theaters? Hold on. I thought this was like dropping on Netflix or something. All right, I don't know if I'm gonna go see this in theaters, Kanye. Like theater prices are ridiculous right now. So, but I will catch it at some point. All right, well, that looks actually very interesting to me. Let's see if there's anybody in the chat. All right, Twitch chat is empty. YouTube chat is empty. Well, with that, we'll go ahead and get started with our second story. All right, story number 2. Machine Gun Kelly claims his mother was abducted by aliens. All right, so I'm sure everyone here is familiar with Machine Gun Kelly, a rapper turned wannabe rock star, turned back into a rapper. So he's recently been doing this press tour because he has a new album out. And yeah, he's been claiming that he's half alien, that his father was an alien, and that apparently he doesn't even know his real age or anything. So let's just get started with the story.
Like my skin, like if it rips open, it heals really quick. Like there's just things where I'm starting to be like, who's my dad, you know?
For Machine Gun Kelly, the truth is out there. The rock star, whose real name is Colson Baker, admits to Andy Cohen on the August 10th episode of Watch What Happens Live that he believes he might have otherworldly origins.
I cannot take this news. I cannot take this news report seriously. They just said the truth is out there, and that this man believes his father is an alien. Is this what E News has come down into? You know what else I hate? These celebrities will say the most ridiculous things, and these people will humor them and entertain the idea and like, oh, what's the word? Enable. They're enablers. Like they're actually like this is the reason these celebrities believe these things. And their heads get so big because of people like this that are like, oh my God, you're so right. You look so young and maybe you are an alien. Come on, Machine Gun Kelly. Do you know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of like whenever someone doesn't have anything interesting to say, they just make up stuff to make their lives sound more interesting. Like you would think this guy who's like, you know, a rapper and a multi-millionaire and has albums that went, you know, multi-platinum or I don't know if his albums actually went platinum, but you know what I mean. Like you would think this guy would have a pretty interesting story to tell, but instead he has to like literally rely on just complete nonsense, talking about his father is an alien. Come on, Machine Gun Kelly. No wonder Eminem dissed you.
Who recently welcomed baby Saga Blade with ex Megan Fox, went on to say his suspicions of other life forms came about after he had a conversation with his mom.
I will never, ever be able to do this. Like, I would never be able to sit across someone telling me that their father may be an alien and pretend to actually believe it. I cannot, my integrity would not allow me to do this. I would literally be looking at this person like they're an idiot.
It's not the first time the 35-year-old expressed his belief in aliens. In 2020, MGK appeared on The Late Late Show with James Corden, claiming that he had not
The Late Late Show. And here I am on the Late Night Show.
one, but two alien encounters.
You're a believer, right? In life on other planets?
Homie, I saw life on this planet that was from another planet 2 nights ago.
Hang on.
Over a lake in Thousand Oaks.
Wait.
Red orb
What
came
did you-
out of nowhere, disappeared again.
You know what this guy sounds like? He sounds like just someone that like does hard drugs or like psychedelics. Like you can't really take what he's saying seriously.
I was in Bora Bora a week
And he looks like a rooster in this clip.
before that whole like Hawaiian blue orb over the Pacific, whatever, which so Bora Bora is also in the Pacific, saw the same exact orb that they were talking about in Hawaii, saw that same thing where we were at, like fly by, disappear over a mountain. They're out here.
Yeah, I have no words. I have no words. Like these people that like entertain these celebrities like this and entertain their ridiculous ideas, like they're the problems. They're the problem. All right, let's go ahead and see if there's anybody in chat. All right, YouTube chat. Oh my God, Steve, you're back. Steve, why is he delusional? Steve, I don't even think he's delusional. I mean, I don't think he's delusional because delusional means that he like believes what he's saying. I think he's just a liar. I think he has nothing interesting to say, so he has to like come up with a story to make himself sound more interesting. And the best he can come up with is he's half alien. That's the best he can come up with. You better not tell Ice that. All right, let's see if there's any. Oh my God, Steve and I'm Cool's back. All right, I'm Cool. Hi, why didn't you read my stuff? Crying emoji. Remember to stay on the chat more. There's a delay, so it takes a second to type personally. Oh, sorry about that. I'm Cool. Like I did check the chat after my last story. Like I normally check the chats after the stories, and if there's no activity, I don't want to like just be sitting on an empty screen with dead air. So, but yeah, I'll try to be more mindful of that. All right, let's see. Back to Steve. Wow, indeed. All right, let's go ahead and get started with our third story. We're just flying through these stories. It's probably going to be a shorter show today. All right, so this one kind of breaks my heart. Kid Cudi and Kanye friendship is officially over. All right, so for those of you who don't know, Kid Cudi and Kanye have the most up and down friendship in the music industry. Like these guys will be friends one year, enemies the next, and then back to being friends. I actually, I went to the St. Pablo tour back in, when was that? 2016, and I went to the one in Tampa, Florida, and that was the very infamous show where Kanye called out Kid Cudi. And literally called him out, spent like 15 minutes ranting about Kid Cudi. I don't even remember what he said. I think he was saying something about like how Kid Cudi was criticizing Kanye working with Drake. And Kanye spent a 15-minute rant going at this guy. And then after he finished the rant, he plays All of the Lights, which has Kid Cudi on it. And then the Kid Cudi vocals appear, or the Kid Cudi vocals turn on, and I can see him smirking like he knows, like, man, I was just ranting about this guy, and here I am still playing his music, playing his verse. But yeah, let's go ahead and see what Kid Cudi has to say.
Yeah. And I was cooking up.
All right. Well, first I should say that Kid Cudi has a new album coming out. I believe he has a new album coming out this month. It's called Freedom, I believe. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm a huge Cudi fan, as you can tell by my name. But yeah, because he has a new album coming out, he's going on this press tour. So during this tour with, I believe this is Good Morning America, they asked him about his friendship with Kanye, and this is his answer.
Yeah. And I was cooking up with him, and we were on the same frequency.
Yeah.
I felt like I had arrived.
You didn't stay on the same frequency?
No. It's a sad thing, you know?
Sad in what way?
The freedom that we experienced when we were creating. And
yeah.
It just will never happen ever again.
Yeah.
You know, and that is the heartbreaking side of things. But hey, you know, I had a lot of things in my life break my heart, and I've been able to survive and move past it.
Did he break your heart in some way?
I think he has, over and over, multiple times.
From your perspective, in what way?
All right, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know who this white man is, but he might be the most boring interviewer I've ever heard. Like, this guy doesn't seem interested in anything Cudi is saying. He's like, he's half asleep or half dead right now. Like, I've never heard an interview this boring. Like, I don't understand why hip hop artists aren't doing like typical hip hop media anymore. Like, they're going on Good Morning America and like all these boring like white people shows. They're not doing The Breakfast Club anymore. They're not doing Hot 97 anymore. Like, Cudi, go on a real interview, man. Let me interview you. Let me ask you some real questions, because this guy's like half asleep right now.
Just the code of a friendship.
You said you doubted you'd ever be friends again.
Yeah.
You still feel that way?
We've tried.
Like, this guy sounds like a therapist.
Since then, you know, but we always have a falling out. He said some things that there's just no coming back from. The comments that he's had about Virgil Abloh, you know, are just some of the most evil, vile, disturbing up things I've heard. Every time he took a dig at Virgil, it just made me super angry.
Yeah.
Virgil was an angel.
All right, for those of you who don't know, Virgil Abloh is he's a fashion designer, and he started off as Kanye's assistant. He helped to build Kanye's fashion brand back when like Kanye was doing Yeezy for Nike and then for Adidas, and then he started his own brand, Off-White, and Kanye was so jealous of this man, so jealous that like he felt like this man was getting all the deals he should have been getting. So Kanye had a lot of negative things to say about him, especially after his death. So if Cudi is a good friend to this guy, I can understand why Cudi would not want to deal with Kanye.
To everyone, there's no coming back from that, man. Like, I'm done with you, you know? And it breaks my heart.
I bet.
Because I loved Kanye, you know? I really loved him. He was part of my life changing. And at some point, he was a really good friend. But the man that he has become, I just don't know that guy anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know him. I don't know that version of him. And it's really heartbreaking.
Yeah.
All right, so that's a clip. Now here's the thing. Do I believe that Cudi and Kanye will ever make up? 100%. This is not the first time Cudi has said this before. This is not the first time that Cudi has said he could never repair his friendship with Kanye. Like, he said this before they made Kids See Ghosts. And then they do a collab album together. And then Cudi is on, like, literally every Kanye project. So, yeah, I believe that Kanye and Cudi will repair their friendship. All right, let's see the chat. Steve, no more Kid Cudi and Ye albums. No, Steve. I believe there are going to be... I mean, I don't know if Cudi and Kanye will ever do another album together, but they will definitely collaborate together at some point. Like, this is not the end. All it'll take is Kanye to, like, apologize to Cudi, or for Cudi to apologize to Kanye. Let them hug it out. And I guarantee you, they'll make another album. Man on the Moon is legendary. Yeah, I agree. Like, that album was, like, life-changing to me. So, especially the first one. I like the second one too, and I don't hear a lot of people talking about the third one, but I think Man on the Moon 3 is also like a top tier Cudi project. Kanye was probably jealous of Virgil or just rambling. Oh no, Kanye has said some Kanye was jealous of Virgil, but he has said some very disrespectful things after Virgil passed. Like, I don't remember exactly what at the moment. But I do remember hearing him say the things that I was like, man, that's kind of messed up to say about the dead, mind you, about the dead. Like, just things like, oh, this man stole all my opportunities from me. He was a sneak. He went behind my back and backstabbed me. And just things that you shouldn't say. Like, all right, Kanye, like, you guys were competitors, like, in the same industry. Like, is Kanye really going to act like he's never backstabbed people before? Like, come on. No, I'm not seeing it this one. No, I'm not seeing it. This one was disappointing. What do you mean? What was disappointing, Steve? Elaborate, please. All right, I'm cool. I'm just saying, fam. Cudi, why? Ye needs meds, 100%. Oh, I totally agree with you. I'm cool. Like, Kanye's one of those people that I do 100% believe he's bipolar. Like, I don't think that's an act. Like, he has a mental health disorder, and he needs to stay on medication to even himself out. And the problem is he doesn't, which is, like, I mean, I can't say that. I don't like using that as an excuse for what he does, because if he's choosing not to take his medication, that's his choice, and he knows full well that he's gonna act like a maniac off the medication. So he is responsible for everything he says and does. But I also do believe that he has a mental disorder. Like I know a lot of people will like claim like, oh, I have I'm bipolar. I can't help it. I can't help how I am. Like, no, if you're actually bipolar, then you should, like, that's not an excuse to be crazy. Like, take your medication, go see a doctor, go see a therapist, work on that. But like, I believe when a lot of people say that, they're just lying or like exaggerating. Like they're just, they're not really bipolar. They're just a little off. But anyways, I got off on a tangent there. All right. Steve, no comeback song, I think, with Cudi. Mental disorders doesn't change anything. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it explains why Kanye does the things he does, but it doesn't excuse the things he does. Like, especially now that he's very aware that he's bipolar. He even brags about it. I remember on the Ye cover, on his album Ye, the cover says like, what does it say? Like, I'm bipolar. It's awesome or something. I don't remember, but like he's aware he's bipolar. So, all right, 100%. All right, well, let's go ahead and you know what? Normally we would do a commercial break during this segment, but since it's such a shorter show, we'll just skip the commercials and go straight to the fourth story. All right, this is an interesting one for all my AI people. Colleges are making it harder to cheat with ChatGPT. All right, so it looks like, and I don't know what school is doing this, but it looks like schools are actually launching anti-AI tools. Tools that will prevent you from using ChatGPT. I don't know if this is actually going to work, but apparently a student has already gone viral for a video he's made where he looks like he's about to cry because he's not able to cheat anymore. So let's go ahead and check this out.
So they just made it pretty much impossible to use ChatGPT or any kind of AI in college. Because now, whenever I pull up my paper, there's a new button. You go down here, you press it, and then watch writing report. And what this basically does is you press play, and it'll show exactly what you started with, and then what you wrote to like change the text. And then it'll say who did what, how natural it sounds. This one's a bit iffy, but it has pauses, errors, and proof of effort. And then it shows you how long it took to write the edits and pastes. You can't even just paste in AI and then edit it anymore.
All right, so that's the video. You know what? Now that I've seen that clip in full, I will say that kid might just be, he might not be the brightest bulb in the shed, because it looks like that tool, what it does, it can tell how long you spent on the Word document itself. And if that's the case, all you need to do is type out. Just, you have to put in a little bit extra effort instead of copying and pasting your essay from ChatGPT into like a Word document. All you have to do is manually type out the essay that ChatGPT gives you, and that solves the problem. Because the only thing that tool is doing is it can tell like what was copy and pasted and what was typed up by your own hands. So to me, that's a very easy tool to get around. So you know what? Now that I've seen this story, I don't know if it was worth talking about, but the fact that video was going viral and students were losing their minds, like ChatGPT has made it so easy to do school now that kids aren't even able to think logically, or like, they're not even able to like think logically around these workarounds. Like that's a very simple thing to get around. All right, let's go ahead and check the chat. All right, Twitch chat, no new chat. All right, Steve. Kanye's a weirdo, not gonna lie. They can use another AI app, I think, or just something. He said any kind. Damn, AI will probably bypass this. There's not even anything to bypass. It's just the program is just able to tell how long it took for you to type up the essay. And if it feels like you copy and pasted certain things, it's going to be like, oh, this wasn't written by you. But like I said, there's a very easy way to get around that. And that's just to type up the essay yourself. Like you can still have ChatGPT write the essay for you, but when you're in the Word document, you just have to manually type it up versus copying and pasting. Like all that thing does is it can tell what was copy and pasted into the document. Very easy to get around. Very easy. So that kid, like that kid was freaking out over nothing. Like that just makes cheating not even harder. It just means you have to put in a little bit more like you have to put in basically instead of 5 seconds of your time, maybe 2 minutes of your time. But like, yeah, I do wonder though, are colleges gonna start like investing in anti-AI tools like that? Like is there gonna be a way to tell whether something was truly written by ChatGPT or not? Because I think the problem with tools like that is they'll give a lot of false positives. So like somebody that wrote their essay, the old-fashioned way might think it was ChatGPT or it wasn't. And then vice versa. And people that are using ChatGPT will get away with it. So I don't know. I also think colleges are just embracing ChatGPT and just like, whatever, like they're going to cheat anyways. Might as well just let them. All right. I'm cool. I have no idea on this. Bruh. Cool. Yeah, like the AI thing is getting out of control. That's all I'll say. Like you definitely should keep up with it. I'm cool because like if not, you'll get left behind. Like even like looking for jobs in the job market, like everyone's using ChatGPT to make their resumes and stuff. And just if you're not using it, like as much as I hate AI, I have to keep up with it because if I don't, I'll get left behind. That's just the sad reality of it. This is odd. Really odd. What's odd? I'm cool. This is trash. Really trash. Yeah. All right, you see what I mean by dead air? All right, sorry about that, guys. But I'm going to have to move on to the next story. I don't know what's wrong with me, but I get very uncomfortable with awkward silences. All right, story number 5. There's a viral video going around X that depicts men as too picky. So apparently, I don't know if you guys are familiar with this dating show, Pop the Balloon, where like people, a woman will walk into a room with a bunch of men with a bunch of balloons, and if the men are interested, they'll leave the balloon alone. But if they're not interested in the woman, they'll pop the balloon. And normally they'll all the men will either pop the balloon all at once, or if it's the other way around, all the women will pop the balloon at once. So it's a terrible dating show. But now there's this new dating show where there's like a curtain in between the men and the woman, and the woman will go up and talk about themselves behind the veil of a curtain, and then the men will decide if they're interested or not based off what the woman is saying. Now, I actually think this is a genius idea of a show because you're not basing it on physical appearance. You're basing it on what they're saying. Now the problem is the video going viral online. They edit it so you can't tell that there's a curtain between them. So it makes the men look like bigger jerks than they actually are. So yeah, I don't know who edited this video, but they definitely did this with malicious intent to make men look bad.
Okay, I'm Riley. I'm 24. I'm from Houston, Texas. And honestly, I'm down for any good adventure. I just got scuba dive certified and I'm planning to go to Australia this summer, so I'm super excited about that. And then I just picked up skiing like 2 years ago.
All right, so keep in mind, there is a curtain in between them. You cannot tell because of the way this video is edited. It looks like she's looking directly at the men and the men are looking directly at her. So she's she's trying to like pitch herself basically to these men. And if they're interested, then they can get up and meet her. So let's rewind this and see and start from the top.
I'm Riley. I'm 24. I'm from Houston, Texas. And honestly, I'm down for any good adventure. I just got scuba dive certified and I'm planning to go to Australia this summer, so I'm super excited about that. And then I just picked up skiing like 2 years ago, and I honestly love any themed party. Like, those are like my favorite things to go to, my favorite things to plan. And I'm looking for someone that wants to be my adventure buddy, and it's someone that I can trust in and is gonna be there for me.
Aww. If any gentleman would like to get to know Riley more, please step forward.
All right, now I just wanna emphasize. What's the word? Anyways, you know what I'm trying to say. Like, these guys cannot see this woman. There's a curtain in between them. So like, I don't like the way this video is edited. It's so deceptive. But like, also I would say, like, if these guys could see this woman, I think some of these guys would be getting up, because this girl wasn't by any means ugly or unattractive. Like, the fact that these guys can't see her, I think her story, like, she came across as very, I don't know, like, I can tell, like, she's looking for like a very serious, like, type of relationship. Like, she came across almost type of like looking for, like, I don't know, like, she's talking about she wants to travel and go on adventures, and like, I know these guys are probably just looking for one thing, and I know that's sad to say, but that's probably what they're looking for. Like, these guys aren't looking for like something serious right off the bat. So I can understand why they didn't get up, but at the same time, if they were able to see her, I think they would have gotten up, or at least some of them would have. And at the same time, if she could see them, she probably wouldn't be interested in any of them. So it's like a double-edged sword.
They're nervous. They're nervous. Anyone, come on.
Hey Riley, we're gonna have you sit down, but thank you for introducing yourself.
Yeah, like I said, super deceptive. All right, let's see what the chatters are saying. All right, I'm cool. I gotta go though. See ya, bro. Hope you have a good stream. Oh, I'm cool. It's a pleasure to have you in the chat, and yeah, take care. I'll see you next time. All right, Steve. This is trap. This is trash. I know Pop the Balloon needs more videos on that. Oh, yeah. I'm not a big fan of Pop the Balloon, because it's just a shallow show. Like, the thing is, like, both sides of the show, it's always like, if it's the woman holding the balloons, they are the most shallow creatures in the world. They'll, like, literally, the man will walk out and they'll all pop their balloons before the man says anything. Like, I remember there's one episode I saw where, like, the man was like a doctor. He owned his own business and everything. And, like, the second he walked out, because, like, he looked a little nerdy, and all the women popped their balloons. And then when the man started talking about, like, oh, he's a doctor, and, you know, he owns some, you know, his business makes millions of dollars and blah, blah, blah. You can see the regret in their faces, on some of the girls' faces. And it's because, like, they judge so fast. Like, what's the, like, wait to hear what the man has to say first and then pop the balloon. Okay, you're not instantly attracted to him. Just wait to hear what he has to say, because, like, you never know what you might be turning down. I mean, the same is true for the other end. Like, it's just, I don't know. It's just a shallow show. Oh, really? A lie. That was a terrible lie. Pop the Balloon gets the wrong people. I can't lie. I mean, I think that's what makes the show appeal to so many people, because people want to see like the drama. They want to see, like, the fire. I think if it was like an actual show with genuine people that want to actually meet someone and not make a show of it, I think it would get less views. Like, people like stuff like Jerry Springer and stuff. So that doesn't surprise me. mans that say they don't got jobs or anything, they don't judge. I mean, I don't. The thing is, it's not even the fact that whether they have jobs or not, because they pop the balloons before the man even speaks. So whether or not a man has a job, it's irrelevant. It's literally strictly appearance. It's just appearances. Like if the man looks good to them, that's all they care about. The job is irrelevant. And yet they will say things like, "Oh, I need a man with a job," and blah blah blah. But that's not the case, because they'll pop the balloon before the man even says anything. So you don't care. Like the job is the least important aspect of a man. Like the most important aspect is their appearance. So yeah, like that's one of those shows you're only gonna get lucky on that show if you're a very good looking guy. But if you're a very good looking guy, you don't need a show like that to meet women. You can just meet them naturally out in the wild. So it's definitely just not a, like it's a lose-lose situation for like any man that's like not like a 9 or higher. LMAO, that's facts though. And I don't want to hate on the show because I know it has this audience. And like this show is like, it's interesting too because it's I don't even know what this show is called, but like it's like I said, there's a curtain in between them. Like you can't tell based off that clip because like I said, it was deceptive the way they edited it. So it looked like the woman was looking directly at the men. And like I said, that woman was by no means super unattractive. Like I don't want to rate the woman, but she was like, you know, like a 6 or a 7, and there I go rating the woman. And like I believe that if the guys could actually see the woman, they would have like they would have stood up. Like she was cute. Like if anything, that woman should go on the Pop the Balloon show. But anyways, that's the last story of the day. So yeah, thanks a lot. I'm Cool for joining the chat once again. And Steve, it's always a pleasure. It's always a pleasure to have somebody in the chat. So like for the past 2 shows in a row, we've had 2 people in chat. So like that has to be a streak for me. But yeah. It's getting late, and that's all our stories. So I'm hoping to be live next Tuesday and Thursday. But I'm a little less confident about that next Tuesday and Thursday because I have a busy week next week. But I'm gonna try. To go live next Tuesday and Thursday. Just look for notifications. I always set the live. I always schedule the live ahead of time, so just look for notifications. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and end the show on that note. So let's go ahead and cue the credits. All right, Steve, I saw you. You're like, what? Last story? I mean, I did 5 stories today, which is our normal... it's our normal amount of stories we normally do. Like I normally cover 4 to 6, so I did 5 today. But you did show up on story 3, Steve. So you missed the first 2 stories. Dude, no, Bino, Cudi, man, stop, no, Cudi. All right, don't you dare. All right, Steve, I'm gonna have to end it, but I'll be back Tuesday. But once again, it was a pleasure chatting with you people. Let's go ahead and cue the credits.